What's up, Elite? Welcome to the Elite Debate, Episode 6. I'm your host, Chuck Taylor. Got Bradley Bayless in the house, Cobra A. Smith. Um, what's up, man? Final season, final ride. JMac just won a hell of a fucking Super Bowl, man. And in my opinion, it's the greatest Super Bowl run in Elite history. It's a short history, but it's the best run. And the reason why I say that is because he took on Bradley Bayless's version of Madden Jesus, bread, washed up or not. He beat him. He beat the season 3 Super Bowl champion in Orion. He beat the Super Bowl 2 Super Bowl champion in me, and he beat Beeman. No one else has done that. He went through 3 champions to win the Super Bowl. So I'm calling him Thanos, man. Give this man his glove. He took our stones. What do you guys think?
Argument here is a hell of a run.
Before like the playoffs got going, I added to Beeman's name. And it wasn't before the playoffs. It was during the Super Bowl preview show. I added to Beeman's name, and I added to it as the Mad Titan, Benjamin Beeman, Bayman, Thanos, Bagelman, and I think JMac made me eat my words. And that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, I mean Beeman. I mean he was the fake Thanos, man. I don't know. I mean that Snipes gate is real. He definitely. It's something about being on the big stage. You can't take it. To me, it's obvious. But I'm not gonna take anything away from J Mac. He played 3 tough ass games. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch his game against Bread, but I know the game against Orion, what came down to the last second. The game against me came down to the last second, and then he had the first half was close against Beeman, and then he took control in the second half. But I mean, to me, it was just a really impressive run.
You mentioned that this may be the most historic, probably the most impressive playoff run that we've seen in Elite. Let me ask you this. Could this possibly be maybe one of the most historic playoff runs we've ever seen? Because I mean, if you think about it, like everybody was lined up for him. He played Bread, and then he went on and he beat all 3 of the previous Super Bowl winners. Every single one of the Super Bowl winners fell at his feet. He beat everybody.
Yeah, I've never seen that done. Have you, Cobra?
Now I'm trying to think about it right now. I don't, not off the top of my head. I have to go really think about it. But he matched up well with 2 of them. Like he already beat Brad before, and I think it was last year or the year before a playoff game. He had OC already beat in the snow, and he fucked around at the end and lost. That he had that game won. So
Yep.
it's a darn, but like we need to scale it down a little bit because 2 of the people, one of them he already beat before, the other one he had beat, and he just threw the game away at the end.
Yep. Good point. Yeah, man. Congrats, J Mac. You did it. No one expected it. Not one person. Maybe after he got on a roll and started beating some teams, but definitely week 1 of the season or even going into the playoffs, no one expected him to do what he did. Um, he's a good owner, and he's definitely not one of the owners that we're going to talk about in our next topic. But the commissioner Brad, he had a little video. I'm not sure if everybody caught it this week, but he said that there's some folks on the bubble, man. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but we already have 32 owners in the league, and Bradley has a spot coming back, Jimbo has a spot coming back, and Zell has a spot coming back. Um, in most franchises, people sort of slack in the final season. They sim games, especially when they're out of the playoff picture. But for Elite, that not only are you going to miss out on the playoffs, you're going to miss out on possibly a spot if you start simming games at the end of the season. Who are some teams that you guys see on the bubble and why?
Let me go down the list. We had
This is a real dangerous question, man. Like you mess around and you say stuff about people on these shows and stuff, and like they get all uptight about it. Like J Mac got like really frustrated with me with like crap I was saying, but like all of that's like innocent, you know. But like this, like guys on the bubble, guys that may not possibly be back. Like who's on the bubble? Let me ask you this before we answer that question. What are you guys looking at? Like what are the components that would lead to somebody being on the bubble for you?
I'll let Cobra answer that
Activeness,
first.
activeness. Not
Activeness,
so far as talking in chat, because
yeah.
chat usually ain't people's cup of tea. But it's like
Hmm.
off season moves. You can see people doing shit with their roster during the season, stuff like that. Playing their games on time, not waiting for Chet to put the reminder out, and then, oh yeah, let me go schedule now. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I'd say my biggest tip to everybody that is on the bubble is make it hard on us, man. Make it fucking hard on us. Play your games. Play every game. Make us have to, really think about who is going to be out of the league and put on the front of the waiting list if that's even what they want. But make it tough. To me, I can think of about six people, but I want to hear what you guys got to say.
Well,
Man,
Texans
it's
is one of them.
What happened?
Chevy Jr. is one of them.
Yeah, Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he destroyed that team.
it was bad.
It was bad, but it's like he made it worse.
Yeah,
Then
he
you
was
hear
playing.
Cass talking about he's out of town, but then like his 2K homies
Hmm.
is talking about he's still at home.
Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way, man. I didn't like that at all when he said he was on vacation and everybody knew he wasn't on fucking vacation. But I mean, if you need time away, let us know. But don't lie about it. There's too many people on the waiting list that want to get into the league to have people dodging games.
so like I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of people probably already know this, but half the time I don't pay attention to what's really going on. I this is the first I'm hearing of the guy being on vacation but not being on vacation. If I would have been paying attention and would have seen that, I'd have been like, "Yo, let's just boot this guy now." That would have been my response to that.
In my opinion, though, he played all of his games for the most part. He
Yeah.
just started slipping at the end of last season. Because to me, like
Hmm.
even before all that crap happened, he wasn't a bubble player for me. But that incident right there, and then him simming games after that, and then the off season that he had, or lack of an off season that he had, that for sure put him on the bubble, in my opinion.
So something that I heard you say there, you talked about how he always plays his games. You know, I might be like maybe like my take on this might be a little bit different, but I don't put a lot of stock in guys who play all of their games. Like to me, like what I feel like we're trying to build, it goes beyond just playing your games. Cobra hit on guys being active. That's something that I look at. Like for example, there's one cat in the league. Dude plays all of his games, competes at a very high level, but I don't think he's posted anything since probably about May 20th. I don't think he's contributed at all to any conversations in the server since like May
Who's that?
20th.
Say a name, man. We'll say names
Hang
right
on.
now.
Let me just hang on. I want
We'll say
to get
names
this day
tonight.
right. I want to get the date right. Let me get the date right before I go officially blasting people. All
Let's get
right.
the name right.
Um. All right. The last time I'm looking at, so you can pull up like anybody's like posting history on the server. You can search out people, right?
Yeah.
And when I search suites, when I search suites, the last time suites really contributed, really engaged in a conversation was May 22nd. And it looks like it was Wasn't too many posts, but he did contribute on May 22nd. That's the last time he really engaged in a conversation.
See, my thing is though, like one of my favorite owners of all time is Hellraiser, because
Yeah.
that dude, and same thing with True. True reminds me a lot of Hellraiser, where you don't see him in chat at all, but he gets his games done. You don't ever got to worry about him being the last game. He
Mhm.
responds to DMs, and he gets his games done. In a perfect world, yeah, I'd love to have 32 owners that are in chat all day long. Contributing to media, but that's impossible. I think leagues are built off the other owners that are quietly in the background playing their games in a timely manner as well, like True, like Hellraiser. The one thing though that did rub me wrong with Sweets, he's the only owner not to have signed up, not to have posted his teams for Madden 22 yet. So is he trying to tell us something? I know he's locked into two leagues. I don't know if three is going to be too much for him or what, but you know, I get it. Other people have other leagues, but we just need to
Yeah.
know that people that they want to be in our league as well. So it's only two people on the bubble. We got Sweets and we got Texans.
Oh
And
man,
I
I
can
I'm
tell.
gonna
got
I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna say right off the bat, I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna say, I mean, Watts is on the bubble, Toke is on the
Yeah.
bubble, and the
Who
biggest
else?
reason why is because they joined on a trial basis. They joined for people that basically took time away to give other people a shot to see what they were made out of. Like these people were supposed to come in and impress. And for the most part, I'd say Watts, he does get his games in, but he doesn't. You don't really see him in chat, like you said. Which because he's new, I like to see him more in chat. And he did sim a couple games, so
Mhm.
I don't know, but he hasn't done anything that has impressed me. And then Toke, when I was supposed to play with him, he told me both days, and he had stuff happen, which is fine. I get that real life comes first. Things happen, but if we're gonna play at 8:30, don't hit me up at 8:30 and say, "Hey, let's play tomorrow." And then the next day when we're supposed to play at 10 or whatever, don't hit me up at that time and be like, "Hey, dude, just take the force." Let me know at least, a couple hours in advance or whatever, because I'm waiting around when I
yeah.
could have been doing other stuff. That to me, that's not respecting my time. So that right there, the thing I'd say about I put Toke a little bit above Watts just because I've seen him more in chat.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Look,
what your guys' opinion is.
so when we have these conversations, like I go to like the Discord search and look at who's like chatting what. Toke there for a bit, like his chat activity was really down, and he was a guy that I had really high on the bubble as like, let's not bring this guy back. But as of late, his Discord activity's pretty picked up a lot. Watts, on the other hand, is MIA for the most
He don't
part.
say nothing. He
Um,
responds in DM.
yeah, looking back on it, it looks like on the 27th he had maybe like 5 to 10 posts. On the 25th he had a little bit less, and then on the 23rd there was a couple, and this is of last month, and then before that I would have to flip to other pages and I don't want to cycle, but he's basically been inactive for a month.
Yeah, so that's Watts, Toke, Weeds, Texans, Chosen, Heartless.
A guy that I was convinced we should let go and not bring back next cycle, that I was like really like, okay, this guy, let's not bring this guy back. He's already gone. So Saints, the previous Saints owner, when we'd had discussions in the past, I was like, okay guys, this guy's active. He's not chatted in chat since this day. And you guys were like, he gets his games in all the time. And then a couple days later, I don't know what led to him getting
Yeah,
the
he,
axe,
he,
but he
he
got
went
the
he went
axe.
He
he went
ghosted.
ghost, man.
Yeah, he ghosted. He ghosted like the old Chargers dude, but he got locked up. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, Brad hit him up. We gave him up, I'd say like 3 to 4 days in the chat after Brad hit him
Yeah.
up, and then we didn't hear nothing, so we removed him. But
That
To me,
old
yeah,
Chargers guy, or is that the Mike guy,
it
Estrada's
might,
guy?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he got locked up, but that's neither here nor
Yeah.
there. Chosen's another one for me. Um, just he went on vacation a couple times. He didn't let us know a couple times. He's simmed quite a few games in the last 2 seasons. To me, the biggest thing is, like I said, people are going to take vacations. They're gonna need time away. That's cool, but if you're not letting the admins know, I mean, and you're simming games, that's a big deal. And like I said, especially when there's other people that do want to get in this league. So
And he's another guy that's been inactive in Discord for about a month.
yeah, I mean, he's rarely in chat. He'll pop in here and there if you tag him. I thought he was solid. To me, he reminded me, like I said, of like the Hellraiser
Yeah.
True type owners because he was getting all his games in, even when he was losing, which is big. If you get owners that are losing a lot of games and sticking around, to me that's big because most people they bounce, especially in season 4, season 5 when those L's are stacking up. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's 5 right there, man. We said 6, so I don't know who else you guys got.
That's about right.
Yeah, I'll say one more. This he's border like he's barely bubble, but he will a little bit, man. He's sort of he admitted, that he had some scheduling. He was kind of slacking on the scheduling towards the end. So I like people a lot. I mean, he's hopped in and contributed to the media part, a couple times. He
But he did let us know that he had scheduling. Like it wasn't like a surprise.
yeah, yeah. So biggest thing, man, is we need to replace 3 people. 3 people. I mean, just because we said you're on the bubble right now doesn't mean you're going to be out of the league. Whoever does not make it is going to move to the front of the wait list. But make it tough on this, man. If you play all your games and you don't, I mean, being active in chat is that's going to make us, that's going to make you stand out to us more. But it's not the end all be all. If that's not who you
Mhm.
are, at least schedule your games on time. Don't be one of the teams that I'm always tagging like, hey, Dolphins versus or whoever, just schedule your games as soon as we advance. Don't wait for your opponent to hit you up and pop in the chat here and there. That's the biggest advice that I'd give. Because just like I said, just because we said your name today doesn't mean that you're going to be one of the teams that's not in the league when Madden 22 starts.
So let me ask
Right.
you guys this. Let me put you guys on the
One
spot with
more. Hold
this.
up. One more. And you might not like this, Bradley, but jumper a little bit, because he slacked at the end of last season as well.
So yeah, I'm a fan of Jumper. I like Jumper. Jumper is one of my guys. He's one of my cult members. My cult's pretty silent right now, but it's still looming in the background. One day it will make a grand triumphant return.
What gives Jumper the edge though is that he's really active in chat, so
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
forgot about him. He misses games. He missed a couple games, but he's active in chat. So
Let me put you guys on the spot with a question. So we have like the list of these bubble guys. Something that we're not totally factoring in is our waiting list. And when we have guys join the waiting list, I tell them all the time we have this massive waiting list. There's like 20 people. However, don't let that intimidate you. You were talking, Chuck. You were talking about basically make it hard on us to refuse the guys on the bubble. Basically, that's what I say to waiting list people. Make it hard for us to go with anybody else. What do you guys think about the possibility of a waiting list member hopping in and being incredibly active, earning a spot at the start
I
of the
mean,
next cycle?
yeah, not at the start.
Nah, they're gonna have to wait.
We already have 3 people that aren't in the
Yeah,
league right now that need a spot. I don't see I don't see us because, like, I mean, these people that we name that are on the bubble, it's not like they're simming all their games. I think they just
Mm.
slipped up a little bit at the end. And like I said, season 5, when people know it's the final season and they're out of the playoff picture, they're like, all right, no need for me to play. Yeah. If that happens this year, you're going to, in a way, I'm like, make my decision tougher, but in a way, I'm like, make it easier for me. Yeah, because I don't want to make a tough decision, you know? So if you're stimming games, if whatever, make it easy on me. But the ball's in your court, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
But I think we touched pretty much on what Brett went over in his show, and we touched on the new Thanos. Who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl this year? Let's part off with that.
That's easy. That's easy.
Let's part off with that.
That's an easy question. Easiest question all day. Don't get easier than that. Bread.
Okay, Cobra.
I go with whole time.
Okay, I knew you were gonna say that, man.
Who's Hotime? Is that Hotep?
Show. Because he usually if he plays a person the second time, the next time, he usually kind of fixes his mistakes he did the first time.
Yeah, I could see Show winning it. I'll say Show too.
But you had a shot, but you decided you don't want to run the ball from the 2-yard line, so we're gonna leave it at that.
Man, I fucked up. I had Dobbins open too, but I don't want to talk about that later.
All right.